Hi, folks. I'm Chris Dorr. I'm the director here for Tennessee Gun Owners. And in this short video, I'm going to talk about the two candidates who are running to be your next state representative right there in House District 27. When it comes to your gun rights, I'm going to break down where these two candidates stand. There is a lot on the line in this election, and I don't think I need to sit here and convince anybody of that anymore. So if you are pro-gun, pro-Second Amendment, pro-family, pro-life, pro-closed borders, pro-having a country, you're going to want to watch this video, because who we pick to represent us in Nashville or in DC is so much more important than it's ever been before. We need fighters. We don't need bench warmers. So in this video, I'm going to talk about Republican Michele Reneau first and foremost. Actually, I'm going to talk about her second. We'll get to her. But first, we're going to talk about Democrat Kathy Lennon. Now, this is a formerly Republican seat, and it's an open seat right now because Michele Reneau took out the Republican incumbent. So the Democrats are certainly trying to target this one to see if they can put some pressure on the new Republican here to take her out and flip this towards the Democrats. So let's jump into Kathy Lennon first, and I'm going to bust out my red pencil color here. They say in life that you can tell a lot about a person by who their friends are. Well, that is very true in Republican or in politics in general, because take a look at this person, this Kathy Lennon here. She is endorsed by Michael Bloomberg, folks. Michael Bloomberg is the godfather of gun control. He's financing the gun control movement nationally. He's trying to pass federal gun control in DC, and he was the money behind the big push to pass red flag gun confiscation here in 2023 after the Nashville church shooting or school shooting. So Kathy Lennon is endorsed by Bloomberg, which means she must support some Bloomberg gun control policies. Let's take a look at that. We gave her an X there. Let's take a look at the first thing that she supports. She supports universal gun registration, folks. This bill that Kathy Lennon here, this is who we're talking about, this bill makes it so that the state has the ability to track, trace, and register gun owners like sex offenders. It's absolutely preposterous, but you got to ask yourself, this bill, it doesn't even apply to criminals. Criminals don't stand in line and register their guns or their knives or whatever. So it doesn't apply to criminals. You have to ask yourself, well, why does Kathy support it then? Well, it's very simple. Turn on your television, you'll see Joe Biden, Kamala Harris shouting about ban assault weapons, or Kamala Harris talking about mandatory gun buybacks. Universal gun registration here, it is built for one purpose: to be able to know who owns what guns. That's what it's all about. Universal gun registration outlaws the private sale of firearms between two free individuals. So that's the end game. Back when the Democrats used to hold primaries in order to pick the Democrat nominee for president. Now they just depose sitting presidents. But Beto O'Rourke was on the national debate stage, and he said it out loud. He said, "Hell yes, we're going to take your guns." They can only do that if they know where those guns are and who owns them. And that's what universal gun registration is all about. So Kathy supports that. She gets another X there. She supports red flag gun confiscation. Folks, we don't hardly even have to talk about this anymore, but red flag laws are the destruction of due process rights for gun owners. Plain and simple. They allow anybody to petition a court to have your firearms taken away from you without you ever being charged, tried, or convicted of a crime. Awful stuff. In the states that have already passed this, we're seeing this weaponized in divorce court and child custody court. If somebody can get their former significant other red flagged, well, that gun charge looks really good in their case to try to strip their visitation rights for their kids away. So she supports that garbage. She supports mandatory gun lockup laws. This is a nasty thing. Kamala Harris was just revealed. The video came out on her a couple of days ago where she said that we have to have these gun lockup laws so that we can, quote, invade the sanctity of your home. That's her words, not mine. And do government gun inspections to see if you're keeping your firearms in a way that they've deemed appropriate. Now, it's kind of rich because we look back at Kathy Lennon's record and her social media. We can't find ever an instance of her angry or upset about the fact that her party withdrew from Afghanistan, left billions of dollars worth of real weapons of war on the streets of Afghanistan that are now being used by Taliban terrorists against our allies on the ground there in Afghanistan. She didn't say anything when Barack Obama's administration was selling guns from Eric Holder to the Mexican drug cartels during Operation Fast and Furious. Those same machine guns were then used to murder American citizens and Border Patrol agents. Just Google Brian Terry. She never opposed any of that stuff. Well, then why do they think they have the authority to come in and violate your constitutional right, by the way, to be secure in your person from unreasonable searches and seizures? Yeah, they want to be able to enter your home whenever they want to and inspect your firearms. We say hell no to that. She supports repealing the constitutional carry law. Constitutional carry is not even controversial anymore. It's on the books in 29 different states. It simply gets government out of the rights regulation business. She wants to get rid of that because she wants the government to absolutely regulate every part of carrying a firearm. That's Kathy Lennon for you. She supports repealing the self-defense laws that are already on the books in Tennessee. Kathy Lennon wants it so that if you're ever forced into that situation where you have to defend yourself against a thug, a criminal, a killer, a rapist, kidnapper, anything like that, that you're able to prove to the court that you tried to get away, that you tried to retreat enough steps before you took action to defend yourself. Now, if you're a mom or a dad and you think about the situation, the idea of trying to get out of there before taking action to defend your little kids, it's absolutely preposterous. And those moments where you pause can mean everything, life and death, literally on the line. She wants to repeal constitutional carry and the self-defense laws. So those are two more X's on. She wants to ban AR-15s. Now, it's not just that. She wants to ban all semi-automatic firearms. I'm talking Ruger 1022s, Remington 1187 shotguns, Glock 43Xs, Marlin Model 60s. It's just absolutely preposterous. They want to ban these things because firearms in the hands of individuals represent excellent tools to tell tyrants no. That's it. Our founding fathers didn't codify the Second Amendment in the Bill of Rights because they wanted you to be able to hunt deer. I love hunting deer. That's not what the Second Amendment is about. The founding fathers looked back in history and could see that governments go tyrannical when given the power. They looked ahead into the future and thought, you know what? I bet they could do it again at some point down the road. That's why they codified the Second Amendment in the Bill of Rights. We don't have to look back very far ourselves. In the 20th century alone, governments across the globe murdered 100 million innocent citizens that were disarmed first. Okay? Killer criminals are bad. Killer governments are far worse. And that's what the Second Amendment is all about. And that's why Kathy Lennon wants to get rid of it, essentially, when you add up all of these things on the board here. So that's Kathy Lennon. Let's talk about Michele Reneau here for a minute, because I want to end this video on a good note. We're going to talk about Michele. She axed out a Republican incumbent that was lame, that had cast her votes for gun control. Michele Reneau fought her way into this position. She filled out her Tennessee gun owners candidate survey 100% pro-gun. She aced it. Every single question. Our survey is the toughest question, is the toughest candidate survey in the entire state of Tennessee. She surveyed 100%. She aced it. And that means that she promised to vote no on universal gun registration, no on red flags, no on AR-15 bans, yes on SEPA. I like this about Michele. She wants to go on the attack. She wants to go on offense. She wants to pass the Second Amendment Protection Act. This is a fantastic, beautiful piece of pro-gun legislation. And what it does, this is what she supports, this is what Michele Reneau wants. It makes it so that Tennessee cops, which Tennessee taxpayers pay for to uphold Tennessee laws, cannot be commandeered by the federal government to enforce federal gun control laws. I mean, you want to talk about excellence and the state of Tennessee standing up and exercising its 10th Amendment right to say no to federal tyranny. Michele Reneau wants to pass that for Tennessee. And I think that's fantastic because, quite frankly, only one state so far, Missouri, has passed such beautiful pro-gun legislation. People always ask us, they're like, hey, TGO, what can we do to fight back against this federal tyranny? Well, SEPA, that's it right there. That's the state telling the feds no. That's much more powerful and robust than individuals telling the federal government no. This is what the state's all about. Yes, on self-defense and constitutional carry overhaul, the meat and potatoes are on the board already, but we need to come back and beef those statutes up. So Michele Reneau, we're talking about this lady right here. She says yes to all of that stuff, no to all of the gun control. And that's fantastic. It's fantastic when you sit here and watch the radical left talking about all the nasty things that they want to do. I'm going to give her an A rating, by the way. Let's give her an A rating. And let's jump back over here and give her an F rating. She's earned that. We're talking about her. We believe the left when they say that they want to do all the things that they want to do now. They talk about gun control ad nauseum. We believe them that they want to pass this stuff. That's why we want to come on here so you guys can see the difference between Michele Reneau and Kathy Lennon here, so you guys can make your own choices about who you want representing you in Nashville. You want a pro-gun fighter in Michele Reneau, or do you want a gun control activist in Kathy Lennon? I can't tell you how to vote. All I can tell you is where these two candidates stand, and the choice is up to you. But I would say this: if you are pro-gun, please share this video with all of your friends, your real ones, your Facebook ones, your social media ones, your friends, your family, your loved ones, your neighbors, your coworkers, your church family members, anybody you know that is pro-gun, that lives right there in the Signal Mountain area in House District 27. We need to mobilize the gun vote in these elections to make sure that we're well represented on November 5th. Share this video with everybody you know, and then on November 5th, head down to your local polls and vote pro-gun.